Hello, Sarangees. Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy, Choi, and I'm here with my co-host,
Dulcé, Sloan. It was my birthday. It was my birthday. July 4th, you're welcome, was my birthday. Or as comedian Sean White calls it, Independent Dulcé Day.
Oh, Independent Dulcé Day. You need a sign next time.
Yes, next time we will have Happy Independent Dulcé Day. Chrissy came over. I had a very small get-together with the girlies. I didn't want to do anything too big because I just had fibroid surgery.
We had a lot of food.
There was a lot of food.
Did you like the banana cream pie?
I loved it. I love House of Pies. I've had their apple pie before. I've had other pies from House of Pies before. We had so many little sweets. Like I had like my red velvet birthday cake from Susie Cakes was very good. And then my mom, because she loves, I love Myeong-oh. So she got me all this Myeong themed.
That was nuts.
Yeah, she did the whole, because she's done that before. So it's called, it's like edible paper. And so she did a whole Myeong cake. And then she got me a Myeong table, 2 Myeong sets. Yeah, so she got me like 2 suitcases. Because what I really wanted for my birthday was just like to have like a crafting game with my friends.
It was great. And it was quiet. Like at one point we all picked our colors and people. Also, your friends are very talented. One person was actually like trained, or two, right?
So Jenny's
two people went to art school, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know Jenny's degree went to art school, so hers was gorgeous. And then Kim just free-handed little portraits of her guinea pig. So yeah, Maddie, she was doing like a Squidward. So yeah, she's an actual artist.
Yeah,
she used to do a podcast that you would do called Broken Crayons, where you would like paint with her.
Yes. That makes sense.
So she's artistic, but she's also a comic. So like everybody there except for you, my friend Tara, who was a hairstylist, and then my friend Daniel, everybody else, and except my mom and then my friend Lanisa, who's an actor. Everyone else was a comic.
A comic?
So yeah, so Maggie, Jenny, Camille, Callie, and Maddie, we were all.
Okay.
We were all comics.
Well, they're comics who can draw.
So
and paint. Like
that's why
I was like, what is happening?
Well, that's why I got the canvas, and it's so funny I can't even finish mine, but like that's why I got the pre-drawn canvases.
Yeah, that was cute. That's a good way. So I showed Thomas my little cat. I did a little gato. And my cat it looked good, right? But you can't tell from afar that it's pre-sketched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's like, wait, because last time we did it, I'm not an artist. I'm not very, and it did not look that great. And he was like, he's like, oh my God, this looks like really good. And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, and then finally I was like, look up close. It's pre-sketched. But that's the way to do it.
We're still on the road to 10,000 Sarangees campaign. So be sure to hit subscribe on YouTube. It's somewhere at the bottom. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Also, shout out to the rapper Mariah the Scientist. On YouTube, and tell your friends and other drama addicts about us. Follow and leave us a review on the Apples and the Spotifys, and be sure to join our official fan club Sarangees on Substack. That is chasingkdramas.substack.com, where you can get bonus content, and we're in our newsletter for $6 a month. Because what can you get for $6?
Nothing.
Not
a darn thing.
Not a thing. Not now thing. Nada.
So I just wanted to say. I have not spoken to you about this, but we're going to do something fun.
Ooh.
Okay, so for our members of the VIP Club Sarangees, our paid members, right?
Yes.
$6 a month. For the end of the glory, I think we're going to do something fun. Meaning,
we're going to send them knives.
No, absolutely not. What we're going to do is, I think instead, because usually in the past, we've always done a live show. We're not doing a live show this time for the finale. We will have a guest, though. Hopefully, we're figuring that out now.
Baby steps.
But I think what we're going to do is, before the episode airs or maybe after, I do want to do something special for their Sarangees. So I think it's going to be something like an online Zoom chat sitch. I'm trying to figure that out. But I wanna put it out there because this airs on Wednesday this week, so people have a chance. You'll have more information. You'll see more information, online. So more to come on that. But yeah, I think it'll be kind of fun because we haven't done like a Sarangees event in a while.
So it could be something like an online discussion of the show, like kind of like our own personal recap.
I think if anything, we're gonna have a Zoom session where people get on with us and we just chat.
Oh, and then
it's a meet and greet. It's a online meet and greet.
Oh, and then
Virtual.
should we do this? Then that's when we do our awards.
I was thinking about that, but I think it's gonna be a little bit difficult because we have to record the rewards, the awards. I mean, so we'll figure that out. So instead, we'll just have like a one-on-one conversation with our Sarangis, and there obviously our Sarangis could send us questions ahead of time. We'll figure it out, but I think it'd be kind of nice to see people face to face because we were able to do that at BlurCon, which was so much fun.
So much fun.
And then we do that at our live shows afterwards. So I kind of want to do that for folks who can't make it to those live shows. So
that'll be fun. So if you want to hit us on the hip, you can call us on the Sarangee hotline at 213-632-6865 and drop your questions and comments, and you could get featured on the show because you might get featured on the show. So I also have some dates coming up. I would love for y'all to come out and support the kid because I gotta pay my mortgage. And I'm going to be at the Irving Punchline in Irving, Texas, so like right outside of Dallas, July 9th through the 11th. Then I'm going to be at Zany's in Chicago, July 17th and the 18th. I'm also going to be on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
the best NPR show ever.
Love doing Wait, Don't
Peter
Tell Me.
Sagal, hello.
Peter Sagal loves me so much.
Should Peter Sagal come on the podcast?
I would love that. I would love that. I would love to ask Peter Sagal to come on the
actually,
podcast.
next time you go, can we ask? And
I'm
then I
gonna
can just like tag along and then we could just record theirs was easy.
I'm going to be there. I know I'm doing a show on Thursday, next Thursday, and then...
Oh my God, that would be my dream to have Peter Sagal on this podcast.
And then when we go to, I think I'm doing a show. I'm doing it again in September on the 24th, but it's like Milwaukee or somewhere like that. Like it's an on the road show. And then I'm going to be in Houston at the Houston Punchline, July 23rd to the 25th. And then I've got some August dates showing up.
Okay.
But if you know anybody in Dallas, Texas, please tell them to come to my show because this is stressing me out.
You know, I just got back. Well, like June was crazy. I traveled a lot, but I was in Austin. Everyone's a Gemini, so we had a bunch of birthdays. I went to Laura's in Austin. I have to say, I have a soft spot for Texas. I do.
She's cute.
She's very cute.
As long as you're not dealing with their politics.
Yeah. So Austin, she took me to this like barbecue. I forget the name of the town, but the barbecue capital of Texas. Delicious. So we walked around and we tried all these different.
It's a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat, but we only took a little bit. So it was like 4 of us. So we would share and we would just have nibbles. But yeah, I really do like Texas a lot.
In today's drama chase.
Okay, so the next 2 episodes, I can't wait to talk about these episodes. Like, holy crap. Like, okay, so from what I remember now until the very end, it's just nuts.
Oh, it's
like
nuts because
the nuts.
Am
I right?
I'm just going to watch 11 and 12. Then I looked up and I was in episode 15. I'm like, you have to go to sleep because it was 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I can say it has been a long time.
Yeah.
Since I had a drama where it was just like, oh, wait, that's the credits.
I gotta go.
Oh, wait, that's the credits.
I gotta go.
And so I ended up watching till 15. I'm like, I'm just going to watch these 2 because you're so engrossed in the show.
That's why my mom was up till like in like the wee hour. Like she'd be up to like 3 a.m. watching it. I'm like, you need to go to bed.
I literally said to myself twice when 13 ended and 14 ended and I saw the credits pop up, I said to myself twice, oh, this is why Christina's mom was up. Yeah. Oh, this is why Christina's mom was up.
Yeah.
Because, and also, I can say my mind has changed about the young man.
Yes.
My mind has changed about the young man. Mm-hmm. I'm not disliking him as much. I still think that it is a not romance.
Yeah.
But, because at one point she says to him, you're young. And I'm like, y'all are supposed to be the same age.
Before we start, though, I do want to say this episode, I wanted to get a disclaimer out. There is some brutal scenes where it's just, I had to stop. And I had
to fast forward some stuff.
So just FYI. But this one overall was very juicy and it did not disappoint. We open with the aftermath of Myeong-oh's murder and see how Yeon-jin has covered her tracks, okay? Doo-young tells Dong-eun he's still not willing to leave Yeon-jin, even after everything he's learned. 알았어. Yeon-jin continues her downward spiral when she learns that Doo-young was interested in Dong-eun. Sana finally leaves for America, while Hyun-nam is brutally beaten by her husband and Yeon-jin keeps terrorizing her.
And that's what I needed to skip.
Yes. Jae-joon and Hye-jeong are both on the case. uncovering new evidence. Yeon-jin's mom and the detectives start to worry. Their misdeeds are catching up with them.
Listen.
And finally, Dong-eun and Yeo-jeong buy an abandoned funeral home. And their connection deepens as Dong-eun learns how much Yeo-jeong is devoted to her.
Okay, can I just say,
Yes.
like, as someone who wants to own commercial property, I was like, yeah, I could redo this. I could buy it. I could buy. What do you turn this into? You see what I'm saying?
Did you notice the tiles are broken on the steps to going up? I was like, everything is decrepit here.
Also, it's only been closed 3 years.
I don't know
what
what
the hell happened. I was like, what is the weather like? But it's interesting because it's like when you see like, especially like a shopping center, I would love to buy a shopping center, by the way. But like when you see a shopping center like shut down and you just, after like a year, it's like, what the how are we keeping all these plants at bay? Was it like all of these, there's weeds everywhere, there's stuff growing in the store. And I'm just like, is it just, because somebody was saying, I don't know if it was some poet or something, it's like everything returns to nature. And so,
so when something,
and so once humans aren't occupying,
all the trees come in.
All the trees, I mean, you're just like,
The weeds.
as someone who was always wanted commercial property, I was just like, okay. But it was just,
No, I don't think you should buy a funeral.
of course I wouldn't buy a funeral home. Of course I wouldn't buy a funeral home. But I was just looking at like, the windows are busted out, but like people really do go into empty properties and do dirt. But anyway, so we are to flashback to Myeong-oh's death.
Okay, so that's how this opens, right?
Right. What now? This is okay.
Go ahead.
The scratch on her foot.
Yeah.
How does he do that? With his
Did
nails?
you not see him? Yeah, with his nails.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out because I'm like because the sound of it, the Foley behind it was such a
that
like it was literally like a
oozing of the blood. Did you hear that too? Oh,
let me tell you something. Whoever is doing the special effects
for this show,
come on, where's this Emmy, baby? Where is this Pak Sung Award for makeup?
it was.
Where's your creative Emmy for that? Like because when you look at like the wound work, and someone is tracking the healing of a wound, it's amazing. So anyway,
it's realistic, but then you see her, she's freaking out, and then she realizes she needs to clean up. But how much? That was a lot of blood to clean up.
But what she did was she didn't clean her damn face. And so I'm watching her burn her dress, smoking a cigarette, but her face still got blood on it.
I know. So she wipes the blood off of the whiskey, the alcohol bottle.
She wipes her fingerprints off.
And she runs, right? And she calls the cronies and the police detective ajushi. And they send men over. They put him in this like blue box, which was rather small. So I think, did they chop him up?
No, he's not chopped because...
No, he wasn't, yeah.
He wasn't chopped.
But that box is really tiny.
He's a slim man. So I don't think he's... they folded him like origami and put... Oh, he's in that box.
He's in the box. Because she takes her dress off and then she puts on the Burberry, the pabari. Yeah. And then she like runs away. And then, they come in. And at first it seemed like, when they have the corporate takeovers, they always bring in the boxes.
Yes.
But no, it was his body was in it. So they throw the cell phone, right? They throw his cell phone into the Han River, and they bring him to this funeral home, this decrepit. It's called Yongsan Funeral Home. Okay.
But the way we're throwing things in rivers, here's my thing. Wouldn't it? First of all, he still needed to take the SIM card out. I mean, the phone's going to be destroyed once it hits the water, right? Yeah. But I would still. Instead of throwing the phone in the water, I would have truly destroyed the phone. It's like, we're going to turn it off and throw it in the water. I would have broken that phone I would have put it in a blender. And then thrown it into the Han River. They're just never coming back. And I would have destroyed the SIM card, but whatever. So also, I really just almost, when I was watching this, I was like, almost posted on Threads. I'm like, listen, are we still hiring henchmen? Is henchmen, like, can we?
Well, thank God. I mean, she hires henchmen too. There's like so many henchmen in this drama. So they're like wiping everything off, right? The evidence off. They're wiping everything because he scratched her, right? Because she tells him, she's like, he scratched my leg. Like he scratched my foot.
Which was smart of him because he's like, you're going to get the DNA under the fingernails.
So then as they're cleaning him up, the detective stops them and he like looks at Myeong-oh and he goes, hey, let's just hold off for a sec. Because he basically is like, we can't even, get rid of the body now because it's raining.
No.
right?
He said we have to wait till it's raining. Because they asked to bury it. And he goes, no, we have to wait till it's raining so it contaminates the scene. But then they Ziploc him up.
Yeah.
They would vacuum seal him.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, okay, that is going to cut down. Because you think, here's the thing about the vacuum sealing though. I found out from watching something that there's the body decays two ways. It's from outside forces, but also your stomach acid.
Of course, your insides probably start.
Because I was on those painkillers from my medicine. The reason my stomach hurt is because painkillers. So people who are like on oxy and fentanyl and all those things, a lot of them have a lot of stomach pain, and they're always constipated, which I did not know. Because what happens is in painkillers, there's an enzyme that stops your body from producing the mucus that protects your stomach from the acid in your stomach. So if you're dead, there's nothing creating the mucus. And so the acid in your stomach also eats your body from the inside.
That's why you need to get frozen. Like Sohee.
So then that's a whole other thing.
Right.
But so now Yeon-jin freaks out after that their anesthesia.
Right. So she's literally freaking out. Like,
she wakes up acting a straight. This is not your after the dentist videos where it's just like, I want 17 donkeys. Like, no, you're not talking like Sammy Davis Jr. when you get out of this. And it truly is a revenge receipt. So Cha-ching, because she's like, I want to see the CCT footage. And the nurse was like, why would we have CCT? Yeah. There's no cameras in the operating room. Yeah. And then Yeo-jeong's like, hey, it's just that the anesthesia hasn't worn off.
Before he does that, I wanted to say that scene where they zoom up into his face in the beginning, he looks so evil. And this is when I was like, oh.
That's why they cast him.
Do-young, oh, yeah, right? Do-young is a good actor.
He's acting his ass off.
He's acting here.
This is the episode where I was like, okay.
He went from like looking super malicious and evil to like sweet, like, what do you mean?
Because there is something in him that's a little, I think you say derpy.
Derpy.
There's something to him that's just like a little like, oh, what do you mean?
Yeah, but then he can, woo.
And that's why we could not handle him as stabbing that man, because it was like, oh, come on, dude, this is ridiculous.
I mean, I think he does like creepy pretty well.
He can do creepy, but the thing is, the way that creepy works really well is when creepy has like a soft face. Like if you are just a regular dude, and so you got this little edge to you, like it's not gonna be creepy because you look like you up to doing dirt.
Yeah.
But if it's like that kind of like dum dum dum,
yeah,
like out here just looking like a Muppet, and then you're like, nah, it's too much.
So she runs off, right? She like literally runs off.
She flees. She gets home, and then she starts checking her body. Also, those white panties they had on her were crazy.
Also, the way she looks down to make sure that like she wasn't
burned.
Like almost like maybe like sexually assaulted too.
At all, like all I could see.
Like, she like kept on looking down, and I was like, oh my god, she must be really freaking out.
I didn't think sexually assaulted.
Oh.
I thought she was just looking for. She's always looking to see if she got burned, because remember she was looking to see if her daughter got burned.
Oh, that's how you interpret it.
Yeah, I think she's always looking to see if Do-young got her revenge by burning her. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: the young lady keeps a slip on. She keeps slips in business. She absolutely is doing that.
So then the next scene, we go back to the Do-young and Dong-eun meeting, because in the last episode we end with them, going up the elevator and her taking her, him seeing for the first time what Yeon-jin has done to her, right? So they're chatting, right? And he asks her, he's like, "Are you still in pain?" And she's like, "No, I'm not in pain." And then she tells him, "I want you to leave Yeon-jin because you are Yeon-jin's glory. Like you're her prize."
She also says to him, "Don't be asking me these lame ass questions."
Oh yeah. Shouldn't you be asking me if she did it?
Yeah.
But he already knew. Like he's not a dumb.
So don't ask me all these lame ass questions. What do you really want to know? And what was so interesting is that Do-young says that Dong-eun is not aggressive enough in her plans to make him leave Yeon-jin.
And did you see the way her face changes? Because she's surprised. She's like, what? And then he's like, "I'm not going to leave her."
Well, because the thing is, it's like, but it's when you have a business that's successful, he's also had to probably be very aggressive in his plans for his business and probably shutting down other people. So I think
that's what he meant by like, hey,
right.
you're not doing it's.
And then when it comes
a little bit harder.
Right. And then with the Paduk game, it's like he sees how she maneuvers.
Oh, and she's going hard.
Right. And so he's like, I've seen this and I know how this game works. So I know how the Paduk works and I know how business works. So if you're out here having plans and you want me to do something, ma'am, you're not working hard enough.
But then I think, though, that's actually a really interesting point because maybe it just shows that she, and we know this, you know, she thinks she's a bad person. She's always like, I'm not a good person. I'm not a good person. But I think because that's the whole point of that devil's trumpet flower, right?
Right.
It's like, is she bad? Is she good? Like, we're trying to figure out if she's truly evil or if she's not. She's not, because if you think about it, the reason why she's not going that hard is at the core. I don't think it's not weakness, but at the core, I don't think she's not a Yeon-jin evil. You know what I mean?
Because but
it kind of shows that, right?
And she keeps saying what she says to her the accomplice lady,
Hyun-nam.
she says we are not going to kill your husband.
Right.
We don't do the dirty work.
Yeah. Why do you think Do-young doesn't want to leave Yeon-jin yet?
Doesn't want to leave? Because I think it's still about image. I think he actually loves his wife. But I think he loves the life more than because he already knows that's not his daughter. And he already knows his wife is a bad person. I think he doesn't want to lose. Because if he leaves his wife, then Dong-eun won. And as much as he cares about her, I don't think he wants to lose. Also, he's been married to the girl for 10 years or something?
And divorce is still seen very negatively.
Divorce is still seen negatively because it could affect his business. Because it's like, because I saw something that was like, no one, it's like for the fact that like, we'll never have a president who's a bachelor.
Or remember in Dynamite Kiss, the chairman wouldn't let his wife go because it was for the image, or maybe it was because he was a baby business, but yeah,
it's
just
like
a family,
it's a family business. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It looks bad if I'm not married. How can I trust? Because it's like I saw something that's like nobody wants to do business with a man who's not married. If you can't keep your house in order, how can you keep your business in order? So I think there's multiple reasons why he won't leave Yeon-jin yet. But also, I don't think he hasn't. All he has is she bullied and hurt Dong-eun. So it's like in the same way where it's like, it's this awful thing my wife did as a teenager. She bullied this woman. She maimed her. But that was that. Okay, my wife cheated on me and my child's not mine. Okay. I don't think he's gotten enough information. I don't think he hasn't hit his threshold yet.
Well, he's about to, but I find Do-young in this entire series, as we rewatch, I think he's one of the most interesting characters.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's the way, you know, the actor portrays him.
Because he moved.
In the next episode 12 too, he's amazing, but it's interesting because I think it's fascinating. Again, I don't remember a lot of this. So watching him being like, I was surprised when he was like, I'm not leaving her. I was like, oh,
I wasn't surprised.
Hello, this is Katie from New Jersey. Again, a first-time caller, long-time subscriber. I love the podcast. I just wanted to give a little bit of love to Do-young. We love our boy because he's just such a good dad, and I love that he tells our main girl that he's not going to leave our villainess, if only because of Yesol. He loves his Yesol. And even though he knows that they're not biologically related, that's who he's going to stand for. I don't think he actually really loves Yeon-jin at all. If you kind of like look at their relationship, he kind of puts up with her maybe because of the optics of their relationship, but I'm not getting an actual like love match from there. I think it was just more convenient and optically optimal for him, but he loves his daughter. And man, oh man, is that a man for me. I am right there with you. He's marriage material. So I just thought that I would say that, which now I'm feeling embarrassed. But you can find me at Kate Pioch. That's my name, KATEPIOCH on Instagram. All right. Bye, guys. Sarangee.
So the next section, we can go quickly. So Dong-eun goes home, right? Dong-eun goes home. Yeo-jeong is cooking. But Yeo-jeong opens the fridge, okay? And there's a container in there that says EP. And I was like, what is this?
An executive producer.
Executive producer.
In a box. But also
producer.
she was laying on the sofa with shoes on.
I didn't even notice that. I noticed how comfy that sofa looked.
Sofa cute.
I want the sofa.
I keep seeing him in his house with shoes on.
I know. So it's weird. So there's a lot of dramas though, especially when like Chaebol families, they always wear like shoes in the house. Like I think in Queen of Tears, they were wearing their shoes inside.
And I was like, ew. But then if you look at when Yeon-jin comes home, she has heels that she takes off.
Yeah.
And then house heels that she puts on. So she takes off her regular heels and then she puts on a kitten heel while she's in the home. And I'm like, what do you,
girl,
why
stop.
do you need 2
Get
inches
the
off?
slippers.
Girl, put these slippers on. What are you even doing?
So,
but yeah,
but
he's cooking.
Yes, he's cooking. But the important thing is he basically tells her, he was like, hey, I can get you treatment. I can treat your scars. And she says, no, it's okay. I'm no longer in pain. It's interesting, though, to me, the psychology of her saying, I don't want the treatment because I'm no longer in pain. Because to me, she is still in a lot of pain.
She's in a lot of damn
pain.
pain.
I feel like if she gets to the point where she decides to get rid of her scars, that's going to really mean that she's truly healed. You know what I mean?
I think it'll maybe mean like she'll lose part of her identity.
Yeah.
I also was thinking just now, I'm just like, thank God she doesn't keloid because she looked crazy. Could you imagine if she keloided? Oh. I thought it was just black people get keloids. Apparently it's other people.
No. It's when you have like, I think it's like when you have deep scars, right? It can, no?
It's your body. It happens a lot in melanated people, period. But it's a reaction to, it's your body healing incorrectly.
Well, I've seen this. There's this Asian TikToker. And she has massive ones here. So I've only seen it on Asian people through TikTok.
I've only seen it on black people.
So I can think
it's crazy when you see a cube get branded and it's a keloid. It's nuts. Anyways, he was like, yeah, you create a deeper scar to heal the other ones.
Isn't that kind of crazy that that's how you remove them?
Because I've seen, it's like, oh yeah, we do scar removal. And it's just like, so it's like, do you cut it out around it or do you?
I think basically it's like, I'm sure it's a technique where you're doing it and the new skin grows over it. You remember when I burned here? It was fascinating to see because I took really good care of it, but it did remove an entire layer. And then it was like, oh, so.
When I got my tattoo on the top of my foot, I found out a lot of places don't guarantee feet tattoos because the skin on your foot is the thinnest skin on your body.
That makes sense.
So when I first got my tattoo, the whole thing scabbed up and then just came off. Like just one big scab. And so I went back and had to get it redone, but he had to go deeper. It didn't, I mean,
I don't like tattoos, you know that.
I didn't know that.
It terrifies me. Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
I don't even have my ears pierced. I'm good.
Really?
I don't have anything. I don't have my ears pierced. I told you. I think I mentioned it.
Yeah.
My mom was like, when Chelsea Clinton's getting her ears pierced when she's 13, so that's when you get to do it. 13 rolled around, and I was like, I'm good. So Dong-eun gets a call from Sona. Sona is the paperwork people, so she can go to America because her paperwork is processed. Then we see Mr. Bob, okay? We see Mr. Bob taking pictures of the young girls in the jungle gym, okay?
And I knew it was inappropriate immediately.
It was just felt very weird. And I was
felt weird. And so, and these are those moments where like, I wonder how men watching the show
feel if they understand that.
If they understood. Because as
Yeah.
a woman, I was like, all these little girls are bent over and he's taking pictures. This is
weird.
inappropriate. This is
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Also, his bob is stressing me out even more than it did before. It truly feels like he is.
It is a perfect, like they brush it down.
And there's just a few little hairs that are off. Just a few little hairs that are off. But yeah, I was like, once I saw him taking pictures, I was like,
yeah,
this is going to come up again.
Yeah. So,
And then, yes, I was looking at her computer.
oh my God, this part made me sad.
Yes.
But then it also made me laugh because I'm like,
Yes.
that is truly Yeon-jin's daughter.
Yes.
Because I feel like her dumping it in. I was like, oh.
I don't like this tub. And it's like, also,
Yeah.
why was that tub not drained already?
Oh, I think she was getting, oh.
Her hair was
Her
wet.
hair was wet.
Yeah.
And it was just clean water.
Just water just sitting there.
It just looked like, yeah. They should have thought that through. She had little bubbles in it. you
Right.
know?
And it's like she had her little toys and stuff still in it. Also, she was watching the laptop drown.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
just
this is,
like-
again, she's Yeon-jin's daughter.
She is.
Let's not forget, she got Yeon-jin's blood in her.
She does. And her crazy ass
Oh,
daddy.
yeah. And then she's
Yeah. She's Jae-joong. She's the child of two crazy ass people.
I think that'd be a good season 2. Oh, no.
And when did
Oh, no.
And then
Yeah,
we-
so it grows up, and then either she becomes a bully or...
She's the sweetest girl.
I know.
And she just has to deal with her parents being nuts.
Yes.
So the next scene, Yeonjin's mom gets a call from an employee at the hospital.
You're at
right?
Yeo-jeong's hospital, yep.
And I would love to know how much money she's given that shaman over the years.
That shaman's getting a lot of, like, nice little gifts, okay?
That shaman is doing.
Well, the shaman was giving her gifts, right? Giving her stuff because they're because she's spending so much money. Client services is great at the shaman's place. Okay?
Honestly, as someone who's just like, it's because it must be an industry that goes up and down, and you must be able to
Not
have.
unless you have a Yeonjin's mom.
So the morgue attendant tells her that Yeo-jeong's looking for the body.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for this body.
Right.
And she's stored in the freezer,
Yes. So
which should not
have happened.
have happened.
So she's super pissed because the plan was, right? They thought that Choi's body, like 20 years ago, almost at this point, right? 15 years ago, whatever the amount, it was supposed to be in the morgue. And we would assume that in the morgue that the body would have
been
decomposed.
buried. But also, I don't understand why the mom did not stay on top of this.
Because she trusted the police detective. Because she had hired, right? So we see later, I think it's either this episode or the next episode where she freaks out on him. But basically, he has been on the family's payroll, so he was supposed to take care of it, and he didn't. She calls the detective Ajashi and tells him that Choi's body is frozen. What are we doing here? Why are people asking about this body?
Also,
you know?
how hard are we freezing this body? Because any meat in a freezer for too long is gonna get freezer burnt. And I feel like in the way that like water would get rid of evidence, I feel like that a freezer for 15 years.
I mean, I would assume that in the hospital, they're probably freezing bodies. Like, they're probably...
Like the way my eggs are frozen.
I
you can
feel like
defrost them and they're
they,
still
I don't know.
viable.
I just feel like they probably have the tools to make sure that the frozen...
a different
the
kind of freezer.
It's not like...
Okay.
I don't think it's like a food freezer. I think it's like... I'm assuming. Who knows? But...
They're in Kelvin instead of Celsius.
Right.
Okay.
But what's interesting here is that the detective decides to tell someone else in the police department
To handle it.
He's like, hey, isn't it illegal for a hospital to just freeze a body?
Because he's like, what department takes care of this? Is this management? What is this? What is this?
So
He goes, but I need you to find fault. I need this to be illegal. I need this to not be right.
they just needed to destroy the evidence because
Why
right now,
not just steal the body? You know it's in the freezer. You have a guy. This
put him in the box. Put him in the
in the
Myeong-oh
blue
box.
In the blue box.
The Myeong-oh
So no,
box.
this is okay. Now I did not realize this is a plot hole because if you have a guy who works at the morgue and the body's in the freezer and you know the body's in the freezer, just get somebody to steal the. You've got plenty of henchmen. Steal the body.
Why can't you ask the morgue attendant to just unplug her in the freezer?
Defrost
Unplug
the bitch.
Okay, now we're moving on, okay, to our key moment, okay, one of the key moments.
Right.
So Yeon-jin and Do-young, they fight about Dong-eun, okay? So a couple things happen. Yeon-jin is real nervous right now that she said something
That she confessed.
that
basically.
she confessed while she was under anesthesia. So she drives over to the clinic. Yeo-jeong pops in. He sees her and he's like, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
And then she's like, hey, like, did I say anything to you under anesthesia? And he's like, you said Myeong-oh over and over again, but that's it. She's like, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna go shopping and then I'm gonna make some crab stew.
Yeah.
And yeah.
She tells Do-young, she calls Do-young and she's like, hey, I'm going to make dinner tonight. I won't be at home. This is actually kind of considerate. She's like, I won't be at home, so you can eat it alone, but I'm going to make you dinner. Okay? She gets home.
And this man is eating, looking at his phone.
He is eating a
and
chicken
I was
salad.
like, oh.
And you know, this whole thing about eating cold food in Korean culture. So like, it's a travesty. If you eat like cereal or toast in the morning, it's bad. Your mother-in-law wants you to make actual warm food in the morning for your husband, right? Same thing for dinner. Like, it's sad that he's eating cold salad.
But
right?
lunch, sandwich.
But like, so she's upset. She's like, why are you eating a salad? I told you that, you know, that I was going to make you dinner. And he's like,
The way she had a tantrum and threw all them groceries, so many green onions.
so many green onions. And he's just like, my answer, what I think she says, like, why didn't you answer my text? And he goes,
That was my answer.
That was my answer. And I was like, damn.
Damn.
Ice cold. Yeon-jin is yelling at him, being like, why are you seeing her? Like, why did you see her? I know you're playing go with her. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? And that's when he says, I'll be honest. I was curious when I met her. When I didn't see her, I found myself always waiting for her. And when I saw her again, I wanted to beat her, but I lost the upper hand and floundered. But I still wanted moments like that with her. And the Yeonjin's like, bro, that is basically cheating. That is emotional cheating.
And then he goes, interesting coming from you.
Yes.
But okay.
Yes.
He's like, I'm not even going to address it.
No. And he goes, the reason why I did not question your relationship with Jae-joon is because of this reason, right? He's like, nuts. So, couple things. Did you notice her back at the market?
That purse with the salary inside,
Okay, so I had to Google it.
open here.
So it's an off-white bag. You know, Virgil Abloh, whatever, his, you know, the designer.
Yes.
Who passed. That was his bag. But I'm like, why does it say salary? It made me laugh. Do you think Yeon-jin really cares for Do-young?
I think both of them are in a marriage of social convenience.
Yeah.
And I think that neither one of them wants to lose. And I think because the fact that she was so blatantly just cheating on her husband and then sees no problem with it.
I know.
Because like if you have a conversation with like people who cheat and they're in a relationship, they will always be mad if their partner also steps out. And it's just like, well, you cheated on me. It's like, you've been cheating on me the entire time we were together. How are you mad at me?
It's
So that logic has always been baffling to me.
But I think Yeon-jin too was interesting because she, remember in that a couple episodes ago when Jae-joon tells her, hey, divorce him. You and I, like, you are able to be truly yourself with me, but you're not with him. So that means you love me. Like, you know, you don't really love him. But then she was like, actually, I do because I've been trying to hide this side of me. So I think they both, I don't know. I think it's been 10 years. So I think in a 10-year relationship, of course, in Korean, we call it chong, which is kind of like attachment. You grow fond of one another.
It's like with the arranged marriages where it's just like, traditionally it was like, okay, we're just together.
Yes,
And eventually
but
we're
it's
going to
like
start.
attachment. You grow to love one another and you grow to like each other. And I think that is part of it. But I mean, if you think about it though, it is bananas the way this man is just like, yeah, like I was playing a game with this. I saw this woman. I was intrigued by her. And then we've been like, I wanted to play more like chess or whatever, like go with her. Like that's nuts. That is indeed emotional cheating. So from her perspective, I understand why she'd be so upset. And it's, of course, Dong-eun. So, but I do love the scenes between them, though. It's electric. I think they, too, also have really good chemistry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Like, with these shows,
Yeah.
it's like, I would love to see, I don't know if Korea is, like, if they do chemistry tests
Yes.
with their actors.
Yes.
But this is a show where I would want to see, like, if they did a chemistry test,
Yeah.
because there's so many intimate relationships
Yeah.
where you're not just in a scene with somebody, it's an intense emotional
Also,
scene.
it's Im-jeon, so I think she has chemistry with a boot. You know what I
Listen.
mean?
She is talking to this flower pillow being like, I love you. I came back
anything
in
out
time.
of her. She's so so good.
She's so good. It's like she's like I said, chewing the scenery.
Yeah. Okay, so really quickly, Sona is ready to go to America, okay?
Right.
So she thanks Dong-eun. I thought this was interesting because she tells Dong-eun, she hugs her really tight and she's like, thank you so much for doing this. You're a good person. I'm going to become a good person like you.
And she's like, I'm not a good person.
Right. This part made me real sad. Just everything about Dong-eun makes me sad because she's truly like, I mean, my God, she's been tortured her entire life by everyone around her. Of course, she has zero self-confidence.
Yes.
She sees herself in this light. She's out for revenge. Like, she doesn't think she's a good person. So I thought that was a very interesting thing. But there are a couple moments where the translations were real off in these two episodes, and it really annoyed me. So there's a part when Dong-eun tells Sona to take care of herself. Okay, she goes, you take care of yourself and your health. But then it's translated as, have fun. I was like, y'all, how is have fun and take care of yourself the same thing?
I can say
It annoyed me.
I can say watching it again, I don't speak Korean, but I was like, that's not what she said.
It was a bit.
When it said have fun, I interpreted it as take care of yourself. It was
Yeah.
like have fun, and I think it's have fun. I took as in don't think about all of
Like,
the things.
enjoy yourself.
Enjoy, like it's just
Yeah.
go to this other place because that's like it's just like you're not dealing with all of the stuff from back home. So that's how I took that.
Right. So Hye-jeong and Jae-joon they're suspicious. They're sniffing things around. Okay. They start finding clues. Okay. So these are some revenge receipts. So Hye-jeong texts.
Would you say that Hae-jeong and Jae-joon are on the case?
They're on the case. Indeed. They're on the case. She's texting Myeong-oh still, right? Because people still don't know where Myeong-oh is, right? We still don't know, right? So she texts and then she remembers that she left her, he has a tablet, right? He has a tablet.
That's in the car.
In the car. So she goes to, and this is Chejun's car. She gets the tablet, right? And then she's home and then she finds that recording.
Because
it was in the cloud.
Because remember, his password is 696969, which she was just like, disgusting.
In the recording, right, she starts listening and we don't get to the end, but she hears most of it, okay?
Which I also thought was interesting because they don't let you get to the end. And I thought as the writer, this is a great choice.
So you're dropping breadcrumbs.
Right, as opposed to, the whole murder is on here. Because when she only got to 20, and she's like, it just stopped abruptly. And I'm like,
So.
Come on, bitch.
So we see that. So that's a revenge receipt, right?
Mm-hmm. Cha-ching.
But then Jae-joon is at home wondering to himself, why did Yeon-jin delete the footage from October 19th? Okay.
Right.
So then he's like, you know what? And then he goes and he gets I guess the files were reformatted. Okay.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah. So he brings his hard drive to this man and he pays him a lot of money to do it in 3 days.
Because he's like, I got all these hard drives. And he's like, no, you don't.
So he is going to get the footage, okay? Whatever he does. So that's also a revenge receipt, which is great, okay?
Cha-ching.
I almost feel like this episode too it's like dropping because we have the big reveals at the beginning of the episode or the end of the last episode. Now it's kind of setting up for things to be uncovered. So it's a lot of like hints being dropped, right? This week's segment, we're going to talk about Hye-jeong, okay? Our Hye-jeong. Her name, the actress's name is Cha-Ju-young, okay? Guess how old she is?
43.
36. She was born in 1990. She's younger. She looks older though, right? I always thought she comes across very mature.
I think it's the work she's gotten done.
She has no work done. So everyone was saying in the fun fact, she's all natural. She looks exactly the same when she was younger too. Isn't that kind of crazy?
That's her face?
Oh, that's her face. That's her face. So she's interesting. She's super tall.
Wait, so those are her titties?
No. So they did a CGI. They CGI'd the boobs.
You know what? I like that.
Yeah, because in the drama she's basically like, I think she had boob surgery in the drama. So they actually, so there's a scene where you can see her chest in the future episodes, I think. And they said, fun fact, they CGI'd that.
Because in them dresses she be wearing, she must have been had stuffed in the bras too.
I think so. Okay. I think she actually gained, fun fact, she gained like 5 to 7 kilos for this role because she wanted to look more voluptuous.
5 to 7 kilos. That's like 10 or 15 pounds.
So she, yeah.
When you're tiny like that, 10 pounds is... But she looks amazing. I hope she did not lose it.
She's tall too. She's 170. So 170 centimeters. We're like 164. So she's probably like 5'8". Pretty tall. She grew up in Seoul, but then she went to international school in Malaysia during middle school because her father urged her to do this, which is very interesting. So she studied abroad in Malaysia.
Sound like there was a boy, but okay.
She studied abroad in Malaysia middle school, and then she went to college in the States. She went to school in Utah. So she was
the only Asian
she went to
person
Utah State University, the University of Utah. Crazy.
So she was the only Asian person for a 200-mile radius.
God bless her, right? So then she studied finance, actually, or business. So she was going to work in finance, but then people around her were like, hey, have you ever thought about being a celebrity? Being a Yeon-jin, like acting. So I think she was always interested in
Utah,
acting.
she's probably the most famous Asian person on campus because she was the only Asian person on campus.
Yeah. So she seriously, because I think she's always wanted to be an actor. So when people started like encouraging her, asking her if she would think about that, so that's when she started focusing on it. And so she debuted in 2016 in a drama called Cheese in the Trap, which was I did not enjoy, but it was fine. But it's based on a webtoon, and she after that got a bunch of roles, but it was a while for her. Like she struggled for a long time. So she talks about how it was really tough for her.
Yeah, most actors do.
It was super tough for her. So it wasn't until 2022 she was in a drama called Again My Life, and she played a role Han Ji-hyun, and that was a scene stealer. So she got a lot of attention for that role. And then the next one was The Glory. So she really blew up after The Glory, which I kind of love because I think that's what also happened to Do-young as well. It was because of The Glory that the people blew up, which is very exciting. She's incredibly shy. She's like incredible introvert. She talks about how like she is sometimes she'll just like when she's resting, I think someone else, it was Kim Ji-won too, when they're like on break, all they do, they just stay horizontal. They're never vertical, they're just horizontal. So all they do is just lie around and then they stay inside in between dramas.
Sounds
amazing because they're trying to recharge and they're introverts. It takes a long time for her to warm up to people. So on set too, it took her a while to open up to everyone, but they're all very, very close, which this was really cute. They said that she's very close with Im Ji-yeon, Kim Hyo-ra, and then with Park Sung-hoon and Kim Gun-woo, and they all went on a trip together. So it's very sweet. Yeah. So Yeon-jin has been giving Hyun-nam's husband money. So the goons have been giving him money to gamble.
Which was confusing to me because why would you just take random people's money?
So it seems like she was doing this because she was basically trying to keep him occupied. And I think the goons are trying to figure him out. Right. Because they want to, the deal was if Hyun-nam helps
I'll keep your husband
Yeon-jin,
off your back.
So I'll kill your husband. So that was the whole deal, right? The goons tell her that they have not seen the daughter around. Okay,
right.
There's no daughter. So she's like, she's smart. She calls the middle school being like, hello, where's Hana? They're like, Hana dropped out.
Here's the thing. You can't do that.
Because it's illegal.
It's illegal.
But apparently in Korea and in this drama.
But you have to remember, she is technically the press. Because she works for a TV station. So
maybe she's like, I don't know, maybe like I need her on
But
my
also,
phone.
you cannot call a school if you were not a relative and ask where a child is.
Which is crazy. So then, in between this is interesting. Dong-eun, remember her friend Songi?
Right? With the curly hair, yeah.
From the factory. You remember Songi was like, oh, I have some unsavory friends or oppas, right? With the tats, you know? She's friends with some gang members, okay?
I know.
Why?
Because sometimes you need a goon.
I know. So she has some oppas that help her, okay? But
and
she's
that's
like,
nice. Sometimes you need somebody you need a goon.
So she was like,
that's what I'm trying to get at least one henchman, man. Damn.
Yeah. So she's
if
like,
anybody's trying to be a henchman, holler at your kid. Holler at your girl. Holler at the kid if you're trying to be a henchman out here.
So she hires them, okay? Which is kind of smart. Listen, Dong-eun is always ahead, okay? She's always ahead. So then Dong-eun asks these guys, right, to stand out in front of Hyun-nam's house because Hyuna is about to go. It's the
Right.
day that she leaves for America, okay? So, as Hyun-nam, so basically the drop-off is going to happen. So when Dong-eun told Hyuna that she's leaving, she was like, I'm not going to be there and your mom's not going to be able to be there, right? And Hyuna's like, I'm a big girl. I can do it on my own. But Hyun-nam is still, Dong-eun still wants Hyun-nam to go, so she gives her the information. So she's about to head out. But then Yeon-jin comes in.
Now, when that door opened, I expected it to be her husband. I did not expect it to be Yeon-jin.
Right. And she walks in with those, she gives her the slippers.
And she kicks them out of the way.
God, I f***ing hate her.
To be so disrespectful to that woman's house.
Ugh. She's just, again, everyone is beneath her, right? Like, ugh. But basically, Yeonjin's like, is your daughter leaving today? Where's your daughter? Where have you smuggled her? So then Hyun-nam is just like, oh my God, Samonim, I'm so sorry.
She's at my mom's house.
Yeah, she's like, please just let her, And then she's like, oh, she's leaving today? I'm going to call Hae-jeong to see where she's at.
She's a
As
flight
if
attendant.
Hae-jeong's going to be able to find this random girl. Like,
Well,
I guess maybe she can with the name.
I mean, yeah, because if she's got the name, she can just be like, oh, what flight is this person? This person's leaving today. What flight are they on?
Yeah. But then she asks her, hey, does Dong-eun have other helpers? Does she have other helpers? Hyun-nam's like, there's this guy. I don't know him, but I can get it for you, right? And then Yeonjin's like, if you don't give me the name, then I'm going to drag Hyuna back, right? She's going to catch her. Then she also tells her, you need to continue chasing Jae-joon, Hye-jeong, and Sara around, okay? Then she leaves her, and this is crazy. She tells Hyun-nam, oh, you haven't seen your husband lately, right? He hasn't been around? Well, it's because I've been giving him money to gamble, but I'm going to send him home today because you need to be punished.
I'm not going to get your husband any money.
And then we go to the scene where...
I had to skip it because not only was her husband beating her, they went to another scene and then came back to him.
The beating.
And I was like, I can't.
It's too much. So a couple things happen here, right? Hyuna goes, right? So it's actually kind of says Hyuna is going to the airport. She's getting beaten. It's like this whole montage. Hyun-nam wrote Hyuna's homestay family a letter. Like, please take care of her. All of that. It's very sad. Okay. Hyuna texts her to let her know that Hyuna left her phone because she figured that her dad would find her phone. Her dad would find her mom's phone, but he wouldn't. She wouldn't be. I guess he wouldn't be checking Hyuna's phone because
He would think that Sloan had her phone.
Exactly.
And so when she texts, she says, I figured you had my phone. And so I wanted you to know that I'm okay. And so Hyun-nam hides the phone in the dryer.
Yes.
Because he will never look there.
No.
And he he takes money from her and beats her the first time. And then
The second time, yeah.
And so, but what I realize is that when she's making the food and she keeps looking back at that purse, that was the setup.
Yes, it
Because
was a setup because she wants him to get caught because
then she goes, there's a strange woman who
Yes,
asked me to use her phone, but she got scared after reading it. And then the husband starts reading the messages. So because it was just like, well, why do you tell me you had more money? Also, when he asked, where's our daughter? Is she working at a bar? And
she's
then
like,
goes,
she's fucking 14
she's
years
14.
old.
What are you talking
Psychopath.
about?
And he's just like, a too. So like a bar is kind of like,
I felt that it was unsavory. It wasn't a
it's
bar.
It's not even a bar. It's talking about like a room salon, where you have the girls go and work.
He asked his wife if his daughter was working as an escort.
Basically.
Oh, so you don't have respect for your wife or your daughter.
Also, how did she meet him? How did Hyun-nam meet this guy?
I'm sure it didn't start like this.
Okay, so then the setup is set, right? So he sees a text, right?
Perfect.
Right, and then Dong-eun's Hyun-nam's like, oh, by the way, she made me do something and I got scared. Okay,
Right.
So we see that
Because she's like, this woman gave me all this money, and he was like, all this money for a text message. And you did not let me in on this?
the next scene, right? This is your girl what moment.
This was my girl what moment because I saw Dong-eun's mom sitting there with that list of all the students and the parents' phone numbers. And then
which Yeon-jin gave her.
which obviously Yeon-jin gave her. And with this random man. And so
Yes.
she's calling all of the parents, trying to get this because I thought she was just trying to get I could not understand.
Yeah.
And I think this was a translation thing because I could not understand. It's like, are you trying to get bribes from these people? Are you trying to? I was like, is she so ridiculous that she's just trying to get bribes from?
In the beginning, I don't think what she was doing in this scene is she was just reaching out to the moms, right? She was like, I'm Dong-eun's mother. I need to talk to you. And
Right.
most of the moms were ignoring her.
As they
Except
should.
finally, the school president's mom, right? The class president's mom was like, okay, I'll meet with you. So they meet, right? So I don't know. So I don't think you find out it's the bribery until the next episode. Right now, all
Okay.
she's doing, she's hitting these women up and it's crazy, okay?
Well, but this was the fact that she was even calling the students' mothers,
Which is nuts.
which is ridiculous. Because
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, I just need to meet with you," and then she's sitting across from the mother, and then the mom goes, "Oh, you're crazy."
Yeah, which I was like, thank God. Yeon-jin's mom starts getting a text from an anonymous number
Yes.
saying that they know that Yeon-jin killed someone, okay? So that is Hyun-nam, right?
Yes.
Hyun-nam's husband is
Yep.
sending this, right? So she starts running out.
Also, that store that she was in.
Yeah, super cute. I think it's in Insadong, which is like the cute area where they have a lot of it's like they have old like traditional. It's like a maul. Like how do
It's
I
like all those
describe it?
traditional pots, and I was just like,
Yeah, and they
man,
have
you know how much?
crafts. It's like an area where they sell crafts and old traditional things.
Because I was looking at all that brass, I was
It's
like,
super
I
cute.
was like, oh, the rice.
Super cute.
Oh,
I think it was an Insadong.
the pot. Girl,
very
that
cute.
soup gonna be delicious.
Very cute. So she sees the message. She runs out. Her friend chased her, right? But then you see Hyun-nam's husband is walking and he's following her. But then you also see Dong-eun walking by because Dong-eun is watching and she's on top of everything, okay? So what do we think Hyun-nam and Dong-eun are plotting?
We know exactly what they're plotting.
What are they plotting?
The death of the husband.
But why do they need why do
Because
they
they're-
need Yeon-jin's mom?
Because they're going to make Yeon-jin's mom desperate.
Ah.
So because in the same way that she had to get rid of Sohee's body, the same way that she's clearing up all of her messes, it's that I know your daughter killed somebody. I know your daughter killed somebody. I know your daughter killed somebody. We have to find out who's sending these messages because if this person knows this information, then they are a liability and they have no problem getting rid of liabilities.
Yes.
So I was just like, oh, so, and then it also puts more, and the fact that it's Yeonjin's mom, who we know is going to do
she is
something.
flailing. She's flailing right now.
She's flailing, and I'm just like, but it bugged me how much she was flailing because I'm just like,
then her friend was like, wait up. And
she's
I'm
like, honey, she's like chasing
hold
behind
on,
her friend.
wait for me. Anyway, so
But yeah, I was like, okay, this is the flailing seemed out of character for the mother. I didn't like it because I
think
feel like
she's
she should have
just
been
like-
like,
because I think what's happening is that a lot of this stuff is just happening all at once too. Because I think it's been so many years, it's been like 15 years of just silence, right? Nothing has been really going wrong until suddenly everything seems like it's falling apart. Okay, so then really quickly, Hye-jeong discovers, right? Oh, so Hye-jeong, in addition to finding the recording, right, she finds something else in the tablet and she's laughing like a lunatic, okay, like a hyena,
Crazy.
okay? This made me sad. Did you notice that she doesn't even have a real bed, but she's like, her apartment's just full of designer things? That just made me real sad. I was like, lady.
it was like floor on the
lady.
mattress, very studio
But
apartment.
then it's just all like designer goods that she's just like collecting from. I guess she's getting from that guy. I'm just like, maybe he can buy you a bed. But I guess she's ready to get married, right?
oh yeah, then this is temporary housing.
Temporary housing. Okay.
Key moment number 3.
Yes. So Dong-eun confronts Yeo-jeong about Myeong-oh because remember, we thought it was weird in the last episode that Yeo-jeong was getting questioned by the detective who was investigating Myeong-oh's death. Yeo-jeong had spoken. Yeo-jeong was the last person that Myeong-oh had spoken to, right? We thought this was all weird, right? Because he didn't mention any of this to Dong-eun. And it's Dong-eun's nurse, Ajuma, who tells her that this happened, right? So she's a little sus, okay? So then Dong-eun asks him why he never told her about knowing Myeong-oh, okay? And then she's like, is it because you thought that I was responsible for his death?
Right. And then he says, my favorite thing, executioners don't question those above him. And he's like, I don't care if you did it or then you didn't do it. I'm just going to do what you need. I'm just here for what you ask.
Yeah.
Which is so cute. And so she's super surprised and asks, is like, it's, he's willing to do all of this stuff for her. And Yeo-jeong reminds her that he had a tough period in his life. And when he tutored her, he felt like she was his savior. I know. And it was like a nice, because it's like you have these people that are just like little like places like refuge in your life. And it's just like, I've just kind of chosen to be like your partner in crime. Because I also think like her revenge is also probably meeting the need for the part of him that wants revenge on that guy who killed his father.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I'm your partner in crime. And you're like, oh, and I think this is the moment where she like really realizes, oh, this guy like actually like kind of like really like cares for.
And I also feel like this is probably the first time some man like she was ever really been like in a relationship.
Oh yeah,
probably?
I think she's never had a relationship. She's never had the ability.
She's never been.
This is all new. Like she's never had a guy helping her
or anyone helping her other than her homegirl.
I know. So I think this is all very new. A lot of emotions. Okay. So then we go to the funeral house. Okay. So there's a couple of revenge receipts, right? So Yeo-jeong and Dong-eun decide to purchase this abandoned funeral home. Okay?
Which, if you're going to do revenge, somebody got to have coins. Because apparently what we have learned from television is revenge is expensive.
Right. But then we jump to the Yongsan funeral home because Mr. Detective Ajashi, right? He, instead of destroying Myeong-oh's body, because in the first scene, right, he like looks at the body and they decide not to get rid of it, right? He pays to keep Myeong-oh's body in this abandoned funeral home, okay? Right?
Which honestly, as places to hide a body go,
smart.
Very smart.
Very, very smart.
It's got the refrigeration needed. Also, no one's going to look in an old funeral home for a current dead body.
Right. So then he's going to hold on to this body because right now, he knows like it's not, he has these both, like he has Yeon-jin's mom flailing, Yeon-jin is flailing. So he feels like he's kind of like, I feel like he thinks that things are going south at this point. So he needs something, right? As insurance, right? He's holding onto the body so he could hold it because he could use it against Yeon-jin and her mom, which is actually kind of brilliant, okay?
Yeah.
So he leaves the body there, but then this is in the middle of the night and he's driving. He's leaving the funeral home, but then you see Dong-eun and Yeo-jeong, right, driving by. They don't see each other.
And we love the ships in the night of Korean dramas.
Then the final scene is them getting out of the car and walking in to the funeral home, okay? Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. What do we think is going to happen next? Because this was pretty juicy. I was like, oh my God.
Well, one, they're obviously going to find Myeong-oh's body. Ziploc sealed in this funeral home.
Yes.
But they're gonna have to find a way to get evidence to pin it to Yeon-jin.
Yep.
And then we're also gonna have to figure out, because now we've got two bodies.
Yeah.
So there's Sohee's body that's in the freezer,
Yep.
Myeong-oo's body, which is just in a morgue, so he's in a refrigerator.
Crazy.
And so we have all of this evidence piling up, and then they bought the funeral home, so now they're well within their rights
to do
whatever is on the property.
To do whatever.
And so because they got that big old gate, they can make sure that people don't get in, and they can control what's going on with the body. And then we have to so there's like, it's those little pieces of evidence. So it's just like, we have to figure out what Hae-jeong's going to do with the recording.
Yeah.
And now they've got Myeong-oh's body.
Yes.
And so, because it's like, it's like, we don't know where Myeong-oh is, but we know who knows where Myeong-oh is. But we have to figure out, okay, one, what is Detective Ajushi going to do?
Yeah.
What is Yeon-jin's mom going to do?
Yeon-jin's mom's going to do.
Now that the daughter is gone.
Because gone.
Because it was nice for Dong-eun to be at the airport, even though she didn't see her, she still showed up for her for when she left.
Yep.
I think that now because I was so worried when I was watching the show that montage they had of her being beaten, that it was like her daughter, like she was going to get killed by her husband. That's what I was worried about in that moment. So the
Yeah.
fact that the plot started, because I was like, oh, her daughter's going to leave and then she's going to get killed.
I didn't think that. Well, when I first watched, I didn't think that she was gonna die. What I was really surprised about is how they used the husband in their like schemes.
Yes.
That was a real smart move.
Oh, I was
so the fact
so
that they were like
surprised.
manipulating the husband now. So it's kind
But
of
but to manipulate the husband to get killed is amazing.
It's amazing.
Because I would think they would have manipulated the husband and tried to use like his gambling issues,
Yeah.
because it would have made sense for those gangsters to kill him.
But I think that's what Yeon-jin's probably trying to do. Yeon-jin's goons are probably trying to tie the gambling with his death. So it's interesting because like, so basically you have Hyun-nam and Dong-eun planning. You have Yeon-jin also planning with the goons. So you have two sets of people like just trying to
and then
like,
Detective
get this man
Ajushi,
killed.
they're his goons.
They're his goons. It's a lot of stuff. But
What I did love also
Uh-huh.
is that the goon that walked up in the flip flops and the bubble jacket.
yeah.
I love him.
Oh, that was, I think, wasn't that the goon? That was Dong-eun's goon, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
walked up and they were just like, "You want a problem?" And he goes, and he looks at his friends like, "Do you hear how he's talking to me?"
I know, and at first, Yeon-jin's goon is like, and then he sees the other guys, and then
Because
he's
all
like,
these tattoos walk up, and it's just like, oh, and the one that just had the white band across his forehead, I was like, that's the one you got to watch for.
Okay.
But it's because the episode's like 3 mother figures.
yeah, I thought this was interesting. So you have Yeon-jin's mom, right? She's
Mm-hmm.
protecting her daughter's murders, right? Or we think she's protecting her daughter. We don't know because
don't
it seems
know.
like it's a little weird, right? Then you have Dong-eun's mom, who's really trying to sabotage her, right? She's super like trying to ruin her life, her daughter's life. And then you have the Hyun-nam, who's sacrificing everything to get Hyun out, right? So it's a very I think this drama does a really interesting way of just portraying motherhood and mothers, right? Because you have Hyun-nam, who is like ideal, right? She cares deeply for her daughter. She wants the best for her daughter. She's willing to like get beaten for her daughter, right? And you have Dong-eun's mom, who's just like batshit bananas.
Blood
Just-
is thicker than water. I will always find you. You cannot hide from me, because she's like, you owe me. And there are a lot of mothers that think
like that, yeah.
that way. That's just like, I gave you life,
Birth,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, you laid down. I saw this online. It's like, my parents had a good evening, and now I have to go to work.
Yeah, and then you
That's what
have-
it is.
yeah.
You did not. It's just like, your parents had a good time, and now I have to get a job.
And then you have Yeon-jin and her mom, which it's also fascinating too, because you're seeing like the way Yeon-jin behaves. You're seeing more sides to this crazy. The mom's always been crazy, but you can see the influence that Yeon-jin has received from her mom, right? So you understand how Yeon-jin's mom has shaped Yeon-jin's like world and the way she thinks. And then that scene with Yesor throwing, I know she's frustrated, but the way she just throws that
Laptop into
it's
the
very
tub.
aggressive mood for a young kid to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very interesting thing that we're seeing.
It's like a 3rd generation brat.
Yeah. So it's fascinating. Okay. Revenge receipts. Receipt tracker. Okay.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. So Yeon-jin admits everything under anesthesia.
Yes.
Right? Because now they have that as evidence. Hye-jeong has the recording of Myeong-oh's death. Jae-joon is trying to recover the CCTV files from October 19th, right? Hyun-nam's husband is texting and blackmailing Yeon-jin's mom. Yeo-jeong and Dong-eun buy a funeral home. They buy the funeral home, and the detective is holding Myeong-oh's body.
Where the funeral. You know what this also made me think of? And I don't know
Yes.
if we talked about this the last episode, but if she has to delete the day that she killed, if Yeon-jin has to delete the footage of her killing Myeong-oh, that means there's footage of her having sex with Jae-joong.
Yeah.
You wasn't worried about that footage?
Oh,
Or were they always deleting that footage?
I don't know. That can be, what is that?
Evidence.
Revenge porn. That could be revenge porn for
Or,
do you know what I mean? Like he could hold that against her.
yeah, because it could be if
He can use like revenge porn, right? He can use that to blackmail her.
Or Jae-joong can give it to Do-young
Yes, still revenge porn. Yes, and that's still
for the divorce proceeding to
Yeah.
prove. So it wouldn't be defense porn. It wouldn't be revenge porn. Then it would be evidence. Because now I have evidence of infidelity. Yeah. And so now I can divorce my wife. Yeah. Because Jae-joong can go, listen, you know what's been happening. This is your daughter. This is my daughter. So you know we've been having sex. Here's a video of us. Go take it to court. And so, because
if Jae-joong was smart, but Jae-joong isn't. He's bombastic.
And he's emotional and ridiculous, and emotional makes you stupid.
That was how the episode ends. Fun stuff. Can't wait for the next episode.
We're back next week to chase the 12th episode of The Glory. Friends, Sarangees, what do you think of our pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdrama@gmail.com or call us on our Sarangee hotline at 213-632-6865 and leave us a message, and we'd love to hear from you directamente. And be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe. Follow all of the things, YouTube, the Spotifys, the Apples, because we are still on our road to 10,000 Sarangees, because Chrissy has what? Goals! So, tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see you for the next K-drama chase. Sarangee!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Ice Cream. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or if you're a fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.